Oh my goodness, we have returned. Finally, we're back on stream. How's everybody doing? Oh my god. So before we get started on, well, anything really, I just want to welcome everyone. Uh Hope everyone's having a good day. Yo, what's going on, dude? It's hopefully everyone could hear me okay. But yeah, Malcolm, what's going on, dude? Today we got something different going on. Something different. So the first half of this stream today is going to be going over the Copic Crate. All right. So if any of you have followed me for any amount of time, whether you've watched me here on stream or you've seen the I don't know how many commissions that I've done for conventions over the past like 10 years, or you've gotten a commission for me yourself, you've seen that I use Copic markers for like everything. I use these markers for everything. So after about a decade of I use them because I like them. Uh, they they're just like my favorite markers, and I've messed around with a lot of other markers in the past. And anyway, uh, they were kind enough to send me this. It's called the Copic Crate, right? What'd you say? Attack on Titan is done. Um, I haven't watched I haven't watched it yet. I did read the manga as it was going out, but I didn't watch the anime. I don't know anything about the anime ending, and please nobody spoil it for anybody who hasn't, watched it yet. But yeah, it's over. I'm glad. All right, so we're gonna get back to the crate. All right, look, y'all know that I've been using these markers damn near a decade. First experience I had with these Copic markers was I saw Adam Hughes doing a Captain Marvel drawing on YouTube, and I was just like, oh, those are those are sick. So anyway, after all this time, Copic finally reached out and wanted to send me this Copic crate. It's like a loot box. Let's call it what it is. It's like a loot box. But this thing's $35, and there's a guaranteed $60 worth of stuff, up to $400 worth of gear in here. Which, just right off the before we even open this, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a fan of loot boxes. I'm not a fan of like when a band goes on tour and they got a bunch of merch left over afterwards, and then so like so like a band, they go on tour and they got all their merch during the tour, but when they finish, they got all kinds of stuff left over. So what they do is they sell it online in like loot boxes and you get random shit. I'm not a fan of that practice, honestly. Um but the things that are involved, oops, hold on. Yeah, but like the things that are involved here, like the stuff that you get, it's mainly gonna be the markers. So it's hard to argue against like the value of it because like you're not getting like sweaters and shit. You're gonna be getting markers that we're gonna be using. So I'm straight up. I don't like the practice of like loot boxes, random stuff. But I think for this one, because you're gonna end up using well, it's hard to say you'll be using everything, but like they're markers. You're gonna use them for your job, you know. Um, I don't know. I just find that a little bit more appealing than like, like here's a Funko Pop. Like you're not gonna do shit with a Funko Pop. Like you're gonna do stuff with this. Yeah, marker day for me as well. Yeah, of course, of course. I was gonna do mine yesterday. Because and again, these crates, you can get them right there at the Copic Markers shop. You could pre-order them and they'll go out mid-December. Yeah, a lot of the people doing the marker promotions or the crate promotions were doing them yesterday, which is the sale for these things, which you get 5% off if you use my link. The sale for the pre-sale for these things was going on from November 6th to November 20th. I decided not to do mine yesterday because fucking everybody was doing theirs, and I was like, you know what, y'all can have it yesterday. Today's my day. So, uh, hey, customs, what's going on? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that's why today I decided not to do mine yesterday because I was just like, look, everybody's gonna do theirs. I was gonna do mine when I on my own. So anyway, so they sent me this. Again, if y'all know me, y'all know I actually use these markers whether or not they send me shit. I'm happy that they finally did. So let's go ahead and get into this. Warning, I've already opened this box. I was gonna wait and do like a blind unboxing. But I was like, man, fuck you. I'm just gonna check this out for myself. Anyway, so all right, so this is what's in the crate, all right? I gotta remind you, this is a $35 crate, right? And they said it goes up to it's a minimum of $60 worth of product, which I think right here, we have two multi-liners. And my bad, my camera's a little low, but like if you were to, and again, I've bought all my stuff, all the gear all the Copic markers that I've used for my job over the years. They ain't never sent me a goddamn thing. I was using that stuff out of my own pocket. This shit never goes on sale. Like Copic marker never goes on sale. So like for them to have a box with this much stuff be $35 is crazy. Fucking nuts. That's one of the reasons I accepted the thing. I was just like, and we're all artists here, so I don't have to act like Mr. Influencer. We talk business here. You guys know I don't take sponsorship deals or that kind of stuff from things that I don't really like. When I saw the price on this thing, I was just like, this is crazy. Yeah, $35. Like, okay, like this Guilty Gear one, I actually have a copy of this one. This was an Anime Expo, well, it was supposed to be like an Anime Expo exclusive pack. So I got it at AX in Los Angeles earlier this month, and so these are Copic Chows right here, which is the smaller, let's say like the entry level marker, right? It's a skinny one, and then this is the sketch marker, which is the it's like the middle. Well, this is my favorite one right here, and I'll go into why. And then they have the where is it? And then they have the classic ones, which are like this. So naturally, these are more expensive than this, and more expensive than this. So anyway, my point is just this pack right here. I swear to God, I think this shit was like over $20 at AX. Just this one pack right here. So when you're talking value wise, honestly, I know it's a loot box, and I've openly said I don't like loot boxes, but I think you should roll the dice on $35. I'm not gonna lie to you, like that's pretty sweet. Now they haven't announced whether this is gonna be like a full-time monthly deal, but right now it looks like it's just a one-time. Um, it's just a one-time thing. Then they'll ship them out mid-December because right now it's on pre-order. So if you guys have any questions about this, just let me know. All right. um. Okay. Okay. They did send me where to go. Um. They did send me this. Okay, which is the various ink refill. I got to tell y'all, you're not gonna get this. Like this, they don't produce these anymore. I don't know why in God's name they sent me this. So for those of you who don't know how these Copic markers work, and this will go into the whole thing about the value of them. And they're not paying me to say this, by the way. I was just straight up like they sent me these to review. There's no hand to hand like money exchange for this. They said here's some stuff, review it. But you guys know I fucks with these markers for like a decade already, so I already know how I feel about them. And if you've hung out on the stream, you know how I feel about them. Yeah, this is the old refill. You know what I'm saying? So this is what the new refills look like. They didn't send me this one, by the way. This is from my personal stash, or not stash. My inventory. My supply. Yeah. Um. Hey Hedgehog, what's going on? Yeah, get some rest. Maybe they'll throw in an airbrush. I, okay. So all I know is they have potential multi-liners. Um. Like sets of markers, which we'll go into these markers here. This is fucking bad right here. Send me these two right here, and we'll go into these in a little bit. So they'll have the packs. It looks like they could have potential limited edition packs. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be because these are supposed to be Anime Expo exclusive. I wouldn't be surprised if you're gonna get this. There's two different Guilty Gear. Shit, I don't have them on me. But the Anime Expo exclusive, which was this, there were two different Guilty Gear packs. Um, there's one that this a little bit warm tones on here, and then the other one's a lot more blues. So I would not be surprised if all of these came with one of those two, because there's no way in hell they got rid of all of them at AX. Yeah, from the supply. Yeah. um, but Hedgehog, thank you for coming through. Go get some rest. I appreciate you coming around. You know. Um. So anyway, they did not send me this right here. This is what the new refills look like. They sent me this one, which is the old refill. Right. So this goes. You know, this is a good. It's a good way to get into my next point. Unplanned segue, but a welcomed one. So I just straight up. I know that one of the biggest things that turns people off from getting these markers is the upfront price. And I'd be goddamn if we haven't had this conversation many times before. So we'll be on stream working on yo, Vince, what's going on, man? Yo, what's that icon you got there? What's that? Wait, how'd you get that? Super Ultra Combo. User joined Twitches. What is that? How'd you get that? I want that. I want all the badges. Oh shit! I don't know how to close your window. Hold on. You don't know? This user joined Twitch's Super Ultra Combo 2023. What's that? I want that shit. Hold on. How you been though? How you doing, man? Yeah. Hope everything in the new house is good. Hope the family's doing well. I know I've been MIA, but man, I'll let you in later. I'll let you know what's up later. Yeah. Anyway, so okay, so again, I've talked about this a lot on other streams with these markers. I understand the upfront cost of these markers is really high, but I've been saying this for years. Once you get past that upfront cost, I think pretty they're pretty like the cost of them is pretty easy to maintain, because what you do, for those who are unfamiliar, is you buy the marker body, which by the way, the nibs on them are totally replaceable. So if they start getting worn down, which takes years to wear them down, like this marker over here, right here, this marker right here, I've never changed the nibs on these. I've been using this one for like 7 years, like professionally. Anyway, um, you get the marker body, and then you buy like the refill for this one. So this is a W0. You buy the W0 refill. You just pop the nib out with like pliers or whatever. Copic actually has a pair of pliers you can get. These look like pliers from the dollar store, and they have a little Copic sticker on them. You could be fancy if you want to and get one of these, but you could also just get a regular one. Anyway, uh, so my point is the upfront costs of any alcohol marker, not just these though, any alcohol marker are going to be expensive. I don't think I'm allowed to say the other brands that are really getting really popular now, alcohol marker wise, but like they're all expensive. I don't really understand why that's like I understand why the price of it would turn people off, but if you're a professional, your options for alcohol markers aren't very wide. Um and they're all pretty similar in price, so I just don't get it. Uh why that would be like a, I don't. So custom says suggestion, maybe Copic drop those old refill size with a new refill pipe. Oh, don't even play. That'd be so sick. So if you look at the old refills, which here, I have one of these here. Again, they didn't send me this one here. This is from my stash. Yeah, the refill on the old ones is pretty big, but the refill on the new ones is nice. Like you can put this right into the body. You got a stubby thick one, like a long skinny one. Whatever your preference is, I guess. um, this has to be the stupidest Copic stream like ever, dude. Um, yeah, because it doesn't. I'm glad they changed it. I just don't like that they changed the size, like the capacity. But I'm sure everyone has the same opinion. Like the capacity on the new refills is a lot slower than the capacity of the old refills, but the nozzle is better on the new ones. So, all right, thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. Go get ready for work, whatever you got to do. Thanks for dropping by. All right. So that I've said that for years. I stand by it. Especially if you're a professional. You know, if you're doing this to make money, I just don't see why the price is that big of a deal. I mean, stop going to Starbucks every day and use that to if you stop going to Starbucks, like in general, you'll be healthier. But also, like one marker at full price is what, like $7? The Copic sketch marker is what, like $7? Bro, just stop doing like one thing a week. I know you wasting over $7 on something. If you buy one marker a week, you're gonna have a big ass inventory. Less than 2 years, you have like every marker. I'm just saying. That's a nice 72 count set without going. That's what I'm saying though. It's like we go off on a tangent here, right? On like art supplies, but like your job in general. Look, I have a lot of like you could see. Oh, you can't really see over here, but my my computer setup is fucking crazy. I have the Stream Deck XL. No, that's a bad example because they sent that to me. But I have an audio interface and like I got like nice headphones and like a nice mic and like I got all this shit. But this is all investments in the business. And I have some artist friends who are just like, "Oh, you're doing so well. You're so fancy." I'm just like, "Yeah, but that's like the only fancy thing that I have." You know, my car's from like 2006. We just came from a convention. I just came from YomoCon this past weekend. YomoCon in Detroit. The show was like super unorganized. Anyway, I mean, everybody there did pretty well sales wise. It's just one of those shows where everyone does really well. You know, dude, I fucking bought all my food on Amazon and had it shipped to my hotel. Fucking canned tuna, tortillas, and mayo out of a squeeze bottle. That's why I lived on for three and a half days. These artists, these motherfuckers went out to dinner. You know, fucking there's casinos there. You know what I'm saying? Like don't come at me saying that like a Cintiq costs too much money or that alcohol markers, Copic or otherwise, are too expensive for you. Not to shield just for Copic, but any alcohol marker that you decide to go with. I don't want to hear that it's too expensive. You know? All right, Vince. Thank you. Send me a picture of what you cooking. Anyway, that's my take on it. So all right. So let's get back to the crate, I guess. So what we're doing here, guys, anyone who just joined, we'll do that whole thing where we call reset the room. No, but okay, we'll get serious here. My bad. I'm done goofing off. So, I appreciate Copic sending me the Copic Crate, which you can pre-order here. It's $35, and if you use my link, it takes about $3.50 off of it. Pre-orders, which are going on right now, will go out mid-December, and it's $35 with a discount. At least $60 worth of product, which is basically this right here. That already is worth the value. Um, they said up to $400 worth of stuff, which I'm actually curious to see because there are other artists who are doing the unboxings. I'm actually curious to see who gets like the big box. You know, who's going to get the big box worth of stuff. Because if I were to eyeball this is probably about a buck, a little over a buck worth of stuff. You know, um, yeah. So this is the secondary tone pack, and I don't think I have. I have a G. I don't think I have any of these colors, which is fucking sweet. Right, customs? Yeah. Are you gonna roll the dice and get one? So they sent me this one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna use my own link and I'm gonna get another one and just see what they send me. Like, I'm actually gonna do it. Like, they sent me this one for free to review. I'm gonna get another one just on my own because I write it off my taxes. But like, I just, dude, what if I was just saying, dude, like, this is like hella stuff and I just want more. Like, so yeah, when we're done, I'm just gonna buy another one. I don't give a shit. Like, it's my link. I'll use it if I want to. Like, uh, anyway, anyway, so I was telling you guys about like, and if any of you here are new to using Copic markers, I can answer any questions you have because I've been using these things for like almost a decade. So big shout outs to Copic for sending me this box to review. I mean, look, too long didn't read. The box is hella worth it. That's it. There's the link. You should use it. And the thing is, these things never go on sale either, so it's like nice to see that they're finally bringing their. I don't know. In my head, I'm saying like maybe they like because Copic has been the gold standard for professionals for so long, right? We can all agree on that. And now there are other companies that are coming out, alcohol markers that I haven't messed around with a lot of them. I've messed around with a few of them. Some of them feel a little bit more watery than the way the Copic markers go on the page. But I mean, there's some really, really, really inexpensive ones out there now, and maybe Copic is trying to, in just my opinion, maybe they're just trying to do something to like maybe keep up with that competition, despite being the gold standard for so long. I'll tell you what, though, there's one thing about these markers. Oh, I can't say the other brand, can I? Am I getting in trouble if I say the other brand? Anyway, there's another brand out there. It's 3 letters, and 2 of them are the same letter. Like I like their stuff a lot, right? Um, but I'm gonna tell you something. Their stuff does not blend as well as these Copic markers. No, 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 not them. I said it's a 3-letter word. I think it's a 3-letter name, and 2 of them are the same letter. uh, Kayla, what's up? You never use Copic, so you may get this box to experiment and have for the future in case you love them. Well, I mean, yeah, I, like if you were ever going to get some to experiment on, I'm not gonna lie, this would probably be the time to do it, just because like there's a lot of shit that they're putting in these boxes. Like, uh, anyway, you guys already said I'm gonna go buy another set for myself after this. I don't give a shit. Like, so anyway, if I could find some good examples, well, here I'll just use my sketchbook, um, to do a little example. Okay, so I think the main focus that I want to discuss when it comes to Copic markers is the price, because we've been using these things here on my stream for years, and the thing that always pops up is the price. It's the price. It's the price. All right, look, see this shit behind me right here? These are all the Copics that I own. That's it. I'm a professional, and these are all the markers that I own. You know why? It's because they're really good at blending, and if you get really good with the tool, and you learn how to blend, you actually don't need that many colors. Like, I don't want to discourage you from buying a lot of these markers, but they used to sell like a big suitcase, like a Seto Kaiba suitcase. You know that big silver suitcase? He walked into Grandpa Yugi's house or game shop, and he was just like, "Old man, give me that blue eyes. I'll give you all this trash and this." Like Copic used to sell a big old suitcase that had like all their markers in there. And as somebody who loves the brand, I was just like, that's too much. Like, you don't need all that shit. Like, so that's why to me, I always recommend um getting a set of grays first. So the first set that I ever got was a set of grays, and it was these 5 right here. It was these 5 right here. It had N0, N2, N4, N6, and N8. right? That was the very first set that I got. One, going grayscale helps you manage your values better, but also you learn to blend. And I feel like if you get good at blending with these markers, like you know how they'll interact, you know how they bleed on the page, you don't need to buy as many markers. So that's just a little tip that I have for y'all. And when you blend from dark to light. That's how you should do it. Customs, oh, for sure. I mean, you okay for okay customs. um, what's the material that you're drawing on? The material on those. It's not like a leather, is it? It's a. Is it like suede on some of them that you're doing? See, I use. Is it regular canvas? Okay, so I use. Okay, I was gonna say, are they Converse? So, customs. Can you drop a link to your Instagram so everyone can see what you're doing, please? So yeah, so this what I'm about to talk about now is like unrelated to like the box that Copic sent me. Okay, it's just unrelated. It's more about like my personal experience using Copics over the years. I see people with really big collections of the markers, and again, I don't want to discourage you from buying a lot of the markers if you want to. I'm just saying, I see people with a lot of markers, and they're not good at using them. So I'm always just like start with a neutral gray set. You only need like 5 of those, and then work up to getting like a set of cool grays and like 5 of those, and then a set of warm grays, like 5 of those. Because literally every color falls into either neutral, cool, or warm, right? So have you ever seen like comic book artists like an Adam Hughes or like an Art Germ who and I really wish I could pull some of these pictures up right now. Um, they'll do commission work or they'll draw like a let's say they'll draw a Wolverine, right? But for the skin tone and the yellow on Wolverine's body, they use uh different values of warm gray. And then the parts of Wolverine that would normally be blue, like his trunks or like the shoulder pads, he uses a cool gray. These are toned grays, but when you put them next to each other, like it looks blue, but it could also look purple if you use it on a character who's supposed to have purple. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you make the reader do all the work. And we've talked about this so many times. Always tell motherfuckers. Uh. Anyway, so my point is, and if you go into my, if you go into my Instagram, which I actually don't have a hotkey to link you guys to my Instagram. But yeah, if you go through, okay, I'll pull it up right now. Again, this is all unrelated to the actual crate. It's more of like a general thing about learning to use your tool. You know, whether you work with Pentel brush pens like I do, or you have like Paint Tool Sci because you can't afford Photoshop, or Clip Studio Paint uses up too much RAM on your computer because Clip Studio Paint is not optimized for shit. Um, you know, you you don't need to like spend here. Spending money is not going to solve your fucking problems when you're an artist. It'll it'll help you cover up problems. Ain't gonna fix your fucking problems. All right, there you go. That's all I gotta say. Uh, well, I was gonna link to my I have a little album on DeviantArt that has my my Copic work, both from sketchbooks, both from sketchbooks and like commission work. So I'll drop that into the chat right now. Yeah, I wish I could pull it up on screen, but one of my monitors has some sensitive information, and then the gallery's on the other monitor. And if I hit this button over here to switch, I'm not sure which one's going to show up on screen. So we're not going to do it. Anyway, so there's the link. You can go into my DeviantArt page. Shout outs to DeviantArt. And you can see everything I've done over the years. Well, I guess that's just a small collection of them. Anyway, I have a very small Copic marker collection, and I've been able to do pretty much everything professionally with my small amount. Now, because I already have the experience working with less, it will do me well to get more markers, which is why I said I'm going to buy another pack of this for myself. But if you're just getting started, don't go out and spend a shit ton of money. You know, like if you want to get the gray pack so you could learn how to blend, which Copic markers, again, we talked about it earlier, I think are the best blending of all the alcohol markers that I've used. And the Strathmore Bristol 100 pound, in my opinion, is like peak performance in combination with Copic markers. And if you guys go see my commission work, that you'll see that's what I mainly use these in combo with. So either get those or straight up just get this. Just get this box because they're gonna give you way more than buying a little pack of grays is gonna give you. So you need to update your DeviantArt portfolio. Hey man, I gotta tell you, I gotta. I like DeviantArt. I don't care. Here, I'll type it in. I think command paper. If you command paper, it'll have the exact thing on there, unless I turn that command off and forgot to turn it back on. The Strathmore Bristol 100 pound. The surface doesn't matter if you want something. I go with the vellum surface. As opposed to the smooth surface, just because I like how it feels. I don't really notice a difference visually when I'm drawing or coloring on the different surfaces of the Bristol. Let me get that. It's command prepare. There you go. It's that the Strathmore Bristol 100 pound vellum. Now, Copic marker does have paper available. I have never tried it before, so I can't speak yay or nay of it. But I do know that they have. One would assume that it works really well with their own products, but as someone who's never got it, that's because Strathmore, that shit goes on sale on Amazon like a son of a bitch, like all the time. Like when Black Friday, it used to go on sale at Michael's. Did you guys have a Michael's near you? Yo, you go to Black Friday, that that Bristol board, you go to Michael's during a Black Friday, you can get like a year's supply of Bristol board on that shit. They put that shit down like 60%. Crazy. Like like hey, dummy, what's going on? Hey, we're just going over. Oops, we're just going over the Copic crate. Um, yeah, but yeah, I don't think I have any of these colors, which is nice. So I don't have any repeats. Like my collection of markers isn't that big, and I've been able to be a professional for almost a decade now. So the fact that Copic markers finally, after a decade of work, reaching out to me to try out their products, um, it's kind of cool because I have so much experience with him now. I can kind of answer any question you guys have. Oh, Beyond Chicago is in June. Yeah, man. I am definitely fiending to go to a concert, but finances and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's not above finances, it's just time. Like I ain't got time to do anything these days, man. Like we went to the beach today, and that's the first day off that I've had in like ages, and it was only half the day because we were home by noon, and I was back to work. Like we left like at 4 in the morning, and then oh yeah, by the way, um, I'm down. I'm back down about 15 pounds now because I got my shit together. Got my shit together. I promise you guys, I'm not gonna fall off the wagon again this time. So, I actually do prefer these more washed out colors. Like, you see, they're pastels because I work with a lot of the toned grays. So they're lighter colors, like this pastel set they sent me. They must have been watching my work and knew what to send me. Um, I actually prefer the way these look. I'm not, but that's a personal taste. I don't like the very aggressive, highly saturated colors. like these two on the edge over here. Like you'll rarely see me use something like this. Yeah. So I mean, I don't really know if you guys have any other questions about the Copic Crate. Vince, I don't know if you were here earlier. Oh, I don't know if you're still cooking. Would you cook? Anyway, what you oil? Who said something about oil? Bitch, you cooking? So yeah, I think this is really cool. Copic sent me this box here called the Copic Crate. It's $35, but if you use my link, you can get a little bit of money off. Um, oh, Fabricator, thank you. And you know, like I've been using their stuff for almost a decade now, and this is not like a biased. They didn't like buy my opinion here. First off, they're not paying me to say this. They just sent me some shit. I mean, like people send me shit all the time. So my point is, the this box, which right now I don't know if they're gonna continue it in the future, but if you pre-order it right now, it's $35. And if you use my link there, you get like $3.50 off. They go out mid-December, and it's 35, and it has a minimum of $60 worth of shit. Like this is what they sent me, and as somebody who's a both a professional and just a hardcore user, I think y'all should definitely do it. And if you do, I actually want to see what you get. Like, if you're not part of our artist Discord, um, I'm gonna be more active on there again. Like now, if you guys, again, actually, I'll give an update for anyone who hasn't been hanging out here. Um, Vince, I don't know if I gave you the update. A couple weeks ago, my wife and I got the results back from the doctor. Her cancer has shrunk. I'm not gonna get too into details about it because I don't like, I don't talk about it on social media. I don't like bringing it up that much because like everyone has their own shit going on, right? So I don't want to be like a sad case. But my point is, it's kept me from like streaming and being active, because I gotta take care of my family. Anyway, so we got the news a couple weeks ago from the doctor, and it's all looking pretty good. Um, well, as as good as a cancer could be. So we just go in for checkups and stuff. Anyway, my point is, now that things are starting to settle down, I will be back in the Discord a lot more active than I have been the past couple of months. But yeah, it's Kaiko's Art Hub. That's my art hub. You can hop into the Discord, and there's a place there where you could like share your works in progress. You could ask for critiques. There's a bottom section there. Of course, you could share pictures of your dogs or your cats or something. But good news. Yo, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Yeah. So it's that time of the stream. If anybody here is an artist and you have a link to like your DeviantArt or your ArtStation or your Instagram, pick one link and drop it there, and everyone can give each other a bit of a follow. But yeah, anyway, Vince, all right, dude, go get some rest. I will. I probably will not. I probably won't sleep again tonight. I've been sleeping like every other day, trying to get work done. Yeah. Anyway, so I want to give a big shout out to Copic Marker for sending me the Copic Crate to review. I've been a hardcore user of their gear for almost a decade. I've bought all their shit at full price. They have never sent me anything before. They have never paid me to do anything before. So this is just like my honest opinion on both the value of the box, the quality of the stuff, and like how well it all blends, and like like their nibs and all that shit. Like that comes from the experience. And if you've been hanging out on the stream, you know that I'm for real with that. So anyway, if there are any other questions, y'all can throw them at me now. I invite everyone to hop into the Discord. I can't promise that we'll have a consistent stream schedule yet because things are getting better, but I still don't have like a consistent, like home schedule right now. So now that we're gonna move on past the crate, I actually wanted to tell y'all. So I had a convention this past weekend in Detroit, okay, called YomaCon, and That shit was so unorganized. It was so unorganized. So I'm not gonna be making an Artist Alley vlog of um I won't be making an episode for you this past weekend because I didn't record. Um so I didn't realize until the show was done. Like I walked into the convention on Friday morning because I didn't want to deal with setup on Thursday. So the show was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I didn't want to deal with setup on Thursday. And apparently on Thursday they were so unorganized. People were waiting in the loading dock for, on God, somebody said 12 hours. Like they're supposed to open at like 10 a.m. So people got there at like 8 a.m. so they could be first in line. They didn't open that bitch till like 6 p.m., which means they like they're waiting there. That means the first set of people got in there at like 6, and then you have to wait for them to leave before you can go in. Some of these people were waiting for like 12 hours at the loading dock at YomoCon. That's crazy. Anyway, I'm not one of those suckers. I flew in Friday morning and I just walked in. But I walked into the convention center. Nobody stopped me. I dragged all my stuff into the exhibitor hall. Nobody stopped me. I didn't have a badge. I went straight to my table. I set up. Nobody stopped me. I didn't have a badge. So then eventually, like, I was almost done setting up, and they had a dude walking around, a worker walking around with like a wheelbarrow, and then he was just like, "Are you an artist?" I was like, "Yeah." So he gave me the Artist Alley badge. I was like, "Okay, you can check my ID." No, it's fine. All right. So then he asked me, "Hey, do you need a helper badge?" Helper badge is supposed to be $65. There were some artists who paid for their table plus a helper, so that's plus $65. I didn't pay that. I said, "Yeah." So now I have two badges, right? So then he just walks away. Right. I don't even wear my badges the whole time because it like chafes my neck. So I'm at a point in my convention career where I don't even wear the badge anymore because I'm just like whatever. I'll whip it out if I have to. Like if somebody stops me from going somewhere. I basically did the whole weekend. I didn't talk to a goddamn soul. I didn't register with anybody. I didn't show my ID to anybody. Straight up, next time YomoCon happens, straight up, you could just go in there. You know, you just go in there and sell. Nobody's gonna check. Anyway, I just want to let you know that that was a good show. Thank you everybody who came in to YomoCon and supported my artwork and joined the live streams and all that stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to share that little story with you guys because I didn't shoot an episode over there, but anyway, go get the Copic Crate. They sent me this box for free. I'm literally gonna go buy another one for myself right now. So get 5% off by using my link. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try and find a way to edit and cut down this manic live stream, this fucking crazy live stream that we had, into something professionally acceptable to Copic. All right, guys. I'll see you later. All right. I promise the next live